Here are 3 more things that people commonly say today that they do not realize are offensive. The first word is gypsy or gypped. This comes from the 11th and 12th centuries out of Europe. So the Roma people were originally from where modern day India is, and in the 11th and 12th century they began to move to Europe. Now when they arrived there, Europeans confused them with Egyptians, and so they called them Egyptians, and then they realized they were wrong and they shortened that to gypsies. Now over time, because the Roma people had like a different culture, they spoke a different language, they did things differently, Europeans started to associate them with being untrustworthy and criminals and swindlers and stuff like that. So when someone was saying, I have been gypped, basically what they were saying is I have been scammed, and associated that with the Roma people. The second thing is a long time no see or no can do. This comes out of the 1800s in the United States as Chinese immigrants began to move to the Western United States. When they arrived here at the height of the gold rush, they were really excited to be here, but they were socially isolated. English is a very difficult language to learn, and they also did not have access to education. So like anybody learning a new language, it's often very easy to pick up the vocabulary, but maybe not the sentence structure. So when these Chinese people were speaking, they were using the right English words, but they were using a Chinese sentence structure, therefore saying things like no can do or long time no see. Now Americans at the time thought this was really silly and funny, and they adopted these phrases, but when you say it today, you're really just making fun of somebody who's moved to a new space and is just trying to do their best. The third word is white trash. This actually comes from indentured servitude. If you could not afford a trip to the colonies, you would become an indentured servant, and rich people in England referred to these people as kind of like white trash and other sayings like that. At the end of the Civil War, the phrase is taken over by white supremacists, and it was a way for them to differentiate between people that agreed with them and people that didn't. They were basically saying that these people are trash, but at least they are white. What's most interesting to me about the phrase white trash is the way that white people use it today to deflect, basically saying things like, not me, not in my community, those are those poor, uneducated criminals over there, they're racist, not me. Perpetuating this false narrative that racism can only be found in certain white communities in the United States.